7 episodes. 6 days of warfare I didn't see coming. My reach died the moment I started posting. Friends went silent, not strangers, people I called family. Believers who looked at what I was doing and called me dangerous. A wolf in sheep's clothing. False prophet. The irony, I got the least engagement from the people who claim to follow the same truth I'm pointing towards. My health collapsed. My mind was under siege. Every time I tried to record, something broke. Equipment, focus, my own will to continue. And I kept asking, if this is meant to be shared, why is this hard? Then I understood. Because truth that actually transforms is always under attack. Comfortable lies let you sleep peacefully. Dangerous truth wakes you up violently. And there are forces, human and spiritual, that profit from keeping you asleep. But I'm here. Episode 8, the finale. Because this was never about me convincing you of anything. Let me talk to the people who think they already have all the answers. The ones sitting comfortably in their buildings every Sunday, clutching their books like talismans, convinced they've got God figured out, packaged, controlled. You talk about faith, but there's no risk in your faith. You talk about love, but there's no cost in your love. You talk about truth, but there's no vulnerability in how you share it. You've turned relationship into religion and encounter into ritual, transformation into transaction. And when someone comes along trying to strip away the performance and point back to the actual encounter you claim to have, you call them dangerous. Because comfortable faith hates anything that threatens comfort. You become experts on love without risking being loved, masters of truth without letting truth master you, defenders of doctrine whilst missing the entire point. Your religion is safe, but it's dead. And deep down, you know it. And to those who've spent years building cases against something they've truly never encountered, I understand. The hypocrisy you witnessed was real. The trauma inflicted by people weaponizing the Creator was real. Performance disguised as spirituality was real. But here's what I've observed through 7 episodes. You're not rejecting God. You're rejecting the religious performance you were taught to call God. You've constructed an entire worldview around the absence of something you've never fully allowed yourself to genuinely seek. Not through books about it, not through debates defending it, not through other people's second-hand experiences of it, but through actual, a vulnerable, terrifying encounter with it. Because here's the truth that keeps you awake at 3 a.m. What if you are wrong? Not intellectually wrong. You can handle being wrong about facts. Existentially wrong. What if the consciousness you can't explain, the love that transcends biology, the meaning you're seeking desperately in everything except the one place that demands you give up control? What if it's all pointing to something you've been running from your entire life? What if your certainty about absence isn't bravery? What if it's just cowardice dressed as reason? 7 episodes have been circling the same reality from different angles. You're not here by coincidence. Something recognized you first. That moment of awareness rising itself, not random neurons. You can't reason your way into a reality that requires relationship to understand. You've been trying to download an experience that can only be lived. The evidence isn't insufficient. Your willingness to see it is. Because seeing it requires surrendering the only and the one thing you've protected your entire life. Control. And now I'm going to say what I've been pointing to it since episode 1. Because I need you to believe me. Because I'm trying to convert you or any of that. Because I can't stay silent about what I've encountered. I've always known this presence. Through the rock star phase, performing on stages, learning the difference between performance and authenticity. Through the R&B years, exploring desire. Knowing the hunger that drives us towards something can't really articulate and explain. Through all that philosophical wandering, learning how to articulate what the religious couldn't explain and the intellectual couldn't accept. Every phase was preparation, every path had purpose, every detour was designed to bring me here, to this message, for you. Not a religious construct you've been taught to fear your whole life. Not the sanitized version that makes you comfortable, the actual one. A presence who turns everything upside down. I've known this reality my entire life, even when I was running from what that meant. The one I encountered didn't offer a philosophy to study or a religion to join. He offered himself. He offered not a path to follow, himself as the path, not information to master, relationship that transforms, not religious performance, encounter that changes everything. And the moment you encounter this, not the religious version, but not the comfortable Sunday morning version, but the actual presence, everything you thought protected you gets incinerated. This is why I couldn't name the one in episode 1. If I'd started with labels, half of you would have stopped listening. The atheists would have dismissed it. The comfortable believers would have judged it. Everyone would have heard it named and stopped listening. So I did what he did. I told stories. I asked questions. We create a space for you to discover what you already knew deep down. I led you to water. That's all I was ever meant to do. This nearly destroyed me. Not the work, the warfare. Every time I posted, engagement dropped. Every time I spoke truth, people turned away. Every time I tried to continue, something attacked my health, my mind, my resolve. And I kept asking, if this is you, this is your message, why is everything fighting against it? And then I realized, because it threatens everything that profits from your sleep. Comfortable religion needs you passive. Intellectual pride needs you certain, sure. Both need you not encountering what's actually real. But here's what sustained me. A singular vision. Peace found only in surrender. Perseverance granted when I stopped trying to do this in my own strength. I'm not a prophet. I'm not special. I haven't preached to anyone I've met in person. I'm just someone who encountered something real. I can't stay silent about it. People feel it in my presence, not because I am righteous, but because I am free, vulnerable, surrendered to something beyond myself, not needing you to validate it. I'm not naive, I'm just aware. I'm a messenger. Messenger, that's all I've ever been, all I ever will be. So here's where we end. At the beginning. If you've made it through all 8 episodes, you're not here by accident. I can't make you believe. I cannot force encounter. But if you are ready not to join a religion, or neither to adopt my beliefs, but to risk a relationship, here's what you do. If you are real, I want to know. Not through religion, not through other people's experiences. I want to know you directly. I'm done hiding behind my intellect, my hurt, my pride. If you are real, show me. I am listening now. That's it. No magic words, just honesty. The Creator doesn't need your performance, He wants your presence. Meet you where you are. Always has. Rock star, R&B artist, philosopher, husband, seeker. Every phase was preparation for this moment. For you. I've done what I was meant to do. I've planted a seed in soil that was ready. I pointed at the one, not the religious caricature, but the actual presence was being perceived in a way that you've been running. I've walked through warfare to get this message to you. Now I walk away because the rest is between you and the one. I'm not a prophet. I'm not special. I'm just a messenger, a flawed one at that, a reluctant one, but a faithful one. The space between answers was always meant to lead here, not to a building, not to a book, not to me, to a presence who's been waiting for you to stop running. A few nights ago in meditation, I asked for a vision. The one said to me clearly, may the truth you share reflect your faith in me. Not words about the presence, not arguments for the Creator. My faith, lived, embodied, real. Everything begins when you surrender to being found.
Oh, oh.